We shall look at question number 4. That was the assignment given. We shall look at that question tonight. Please go to your study pack. Question 4. Sedeco Nigerian Limited. Okay, this is the question. Let me expand this more. Let me increase this more. Please confirm you are there on the question. All right, we are good to fly. If you are ready, I'm ready. Can somebody confirm that you have opened the question?
Good evening, sir. Sorry,
I can't remember the page again, sir.
The page number, sir.
What page, please?
Page 123.
123.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Page what?
122.
I'm asking you, you're asking me back. Page 1,
Page
2, 3.
122. 123. 122.
Thank you, please. Let me put the page here. 122/123. No problem. Question number 4. All right. Let's go to this question. Sedeco Nigerian Limited manufactures and sell 3 types of products: alpha, beta, and gamma. About its cost allocation system, and has been searching for a allocation. The company recently employed a management accountant who informed the management that activity-based costing is a more efficient cost allocation system, which will also lead to improvements in cost accuracy and reduction. The management accountant discovered that the company has direct material, direct labor, and 5 indirect cost pools, which represents the 5 activity areas: the prior product costing system, uses the two direct cost categories and a single indirect cost pool where overhead are allocated using direct labor hours. Can you see that? The prior product costing. Under the prior product costing, overhead are allocated using, look at it please, direct labor hour. This is the traditional method. Overhead are allocated using direct labor hour. This is the prior product costing system in the company. The following information is provided for the next period. You have your production and sales in units for alpha products, production volume and sales volume 20,000, for beta 12,500, for gamma 5,000. You have the direct material cost. You have the direct labor hours. This is direct labor hours per unit. Per unit. If you look at it, to produce 1 unit, you require 10 labor hours. 1 unit of product alpha, you require 10 labor hours. 1 unit of product beta, 8 hours of labor. 1 unit of product gamma, 4 hours of labor. Next, machine hours. For 1 unit of alpha, 5 machine hour. For beta, 6 machine hour. For gamma, 5 machine hour. Number of production run, 5, 10, 25. Number of component receipts you are giving. Number of production order you are giving. The next paragraph. Direct labor is paid at 100 naira per hour. Per hour, we pay 100 naira to labor. Just 1 minute. Let's go on. Overhead costs in the period are expected to be as follows. Look at the overhead costs. We have set up overhead costs. Amount is 1.4 million. The cost driver is production runs. We have machine overhead costs. Amount is 9 million. The cost driver is machine hours. We have good inwards overhead costs. Amount is 2.8 million. The cost driver is component receipts. We have packaging overhead cost. Amount is 2 million. The cost driver is production orders. We have engineering overhead cost. Amount is 1.8 million. The cost driver is production order. If you look at this, total overhead cost is 17 million. If you look at this, all these overhead costs, none of them is as a result of labor hours. None of the overhead costs occur as a result of labor hour. All right. Next. Also, the company is considering the pricing of the three products because sales price have remained uncertain as shown in the table below. Look at below. Look at below. You have the probability and possible prices. For product alpha, the selling price could be 2,000 or 2,200 or 2,300 with probability attached to it. For product beta, selling price could be 2,000, 2,200, 2,250 with probability attached. For product gamma, selling price could be 1,600 or 1,700 or 1,800 with probabilities attached. Now, requirements A. Calculate the unit cost of each product using prior two, using the activity-based costing approach. Let us deal with requirement A. I want to calculate unit cost. That is cost per unit. Cost per unit of each product using prior product costing approach. All right, we are done with the reading. Please, is there any aspect of the question anybody requires further explanation or clarification? If there's none, let us go to the question. Please, let us ensure this question is open on our system. Calculation of cost per unit of each product using prior product cost in bracket traditional approach. You have opened your table, your products alpha, beta, gamma. Now go to the question. Big direct material cost. Look at it, please. Material cost per unit, 250 for alpha, 200, beta 180. Please pick this. ₦250 per unit, 200 naira per unit, 180 naira per unit. Next, labor cost. Look at your question. Direct labor cost per unit. Sorry, direct labor hours per unit. 10 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours. Now look at this, please. Direct labor is paid at 100 naira per hour. Now we need to calculate direct labor cost per unit. We go to working one. Look at it, please. Working one. Direct labor cost is equal to labor hours per unit multiplied by labor rate per hour. Labor hours per unit for product alpha, 10 labor hours. For product beta, 8 labor hours. For product gamma, 4 labor hours. Examiner say labor rate per hour, 100 naira. $100 naira. 100 naira. Hours multiplied by the rate per hour will give you labor cost per unit. This will give you 1,000 naira. This will give you 800 naira. This will give you 400 naira. Please remember, to get labor cost per unit, you multiply the hours, labor hour per unit, multiplied by labor rates per hour. This will give me 1,000 800 400. You can sum up these two.
400.
Direct material cost plus direct
1,250.
labor cost. In this question, we don't have
Prime
direct
cost.
expenses. That will give you your prime cost. 1,250, 1,000 naira, 5,800. You have gotten the prime cost. Prime cost is the addition of all direct costs. Prime cost is the summation of all direct costs. We now come to the overhead costs. Overhead costs are indirect costs. Now, under prior product costing, overhead is allocated using direct labor hours. That is according to the question, please. Not formulated from my head. Look at it. You can't formulate it from your head. Look at it. Yes, Rose. Your question, please. Your comments, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Good evening,
evening.
sir. Sorry to take you back. I didn't actually join when you started, but I don't understand how you got that direct material course. I was trying it with my calculator, but I
It's in
don't
your
know.
question. Do you have the question?
Okay, I've seen it.
It's given in
I've,
the question. We just pick it.
okay, it's fine.
All right, no problem. Of course, you can ask question. The only thing we are trying to avoid is where we now create disturbance in the class. Of course, you can ask questions for clarification. All right. So look at it. Examiner says the prior product costing system uses the two direct cost category and a single indirect cost pool where overheads are allocated using direct labor hours. So we now need to allocate overhead using direct labor hours because we are asked to calculation of cost per unit using prior product costing. Under prior product costing, overhead costs are allocated to products using direct labor hours. Let's go to this calculation. Look at it here, please. Working 2. You are going to calculate overhead rates per direct labor hour. Overhead rates per direct labor hour. This is calculated as total overhead cost divided by total direct labor hours. Total overhead cost divided by total direct labor hours. Let's go back to the question. Total overhead cost is 17 million. Look at it. The total overhead cost is 17 million. You pick that, then look at it. Direct labor hour. Total is 320,000. Now you can ask yourself, how do the examiner or how does the examiner derive this 320,000? Because 10 plus 8 plus 4 will not give me 320,000. Let us show ourselves how the examiner got 320,000. Look at it. Total direct labor hours is equal to direct labor hours per unit multiplied by unit of production. For alpha, labor hour per unit is 10 hours per unit. 10 labor hours per unit. For beta, 8 labor hours per unit. For gamma, 4 labor hours per unit. Then multiply by volume of production. Look at it. Production and sales in unit. For alpha, 20,000. For beta, 12,500. For gamma, 5,000. You pick this. Gabriel Words. Please be mindful of your speaker. So I multiply this by 20,000 units. This by 12,500 units. This by 5,000 units. Total year, 200,000 labor hours. This is labor hours. Total year, 100,000 labor hours. Total year, 20,000 labor hours. If you sum these three, this will give you 320,000 labor hours. This is the total labor hours required for production. That is how the examiner derived the, let me write this way. That is how the examiner derived the 320,000 hours. You can now go back now. You can calculate overhead rates per direct labor hours. This is equal to total overhead 17 million divided by total direct labor hours 320,000. If you work this out, please work it out. It's even advisable. You can also be solving it in your house. That will give you 53.125. 53 naira 0.125. Please, you must specify the basis per direct labor hour. 53 naira 0.125 per direct labor hour. That is your basis of allocation. 53 naira 0.125 kobo per direct labor hour. You have calculated the overhead rate per labor hour. You can now calculate your overhead rate per unit. And look at it working here. Overhead rate per unit is equal to labor hours per unit multiplied by overhead rate per hour. Labor hour per unit. To produce 1 unit of alpha, you require 10 hours of labor. To produce 1 unit of beta, you require 8 hours of labor. To produce a unit of gamma, you require 4 hours of labor. Then you have calculated the rate. Look at it. Overhead rate per labor hour, 53 naira 0.125 kobo. Pick this. Multiply by 53 naira 0.125. That will give me 531.25. Multiply by 53 naira 0.125. multiplied by 53 naira 0.125. This is equal to
425 naira.
how much, please?
425 naira.
Thank you, sir. 425. 425. The last one is
212 naira 50.5.
2.5. You have gotten the overhead rate per unit. You can now return to your solution above. Overhead cost per unit. This is 531.25, 425, 212.5. You can now get full cost per unit, prime cost plus overhead cost. That will give you the full cost per unit. Please sum up. 1,425. Please sum up.
Gamma is 792.5.
792.5.
And then this one is 1,781.25.
781.25.
25.
Thank you, sir. You have answered A Roma figure 1. Calculate the cost, unit cost of each product using prior product costing approach. We have answered this now. Any question, please? We have answered the A Roma figure 1. If there's no question, we move to A Roma figure 2. If there's no question, we move to A Roma figure 2. Calculate the unit cost of each product using the activity-based costing method. Let's go to this. All right, activity-based costing method, calculation of cost per unit for each product. Your direct material cost, you pick it, 250, 200, 180. Pick your direct labor cost. You have calculated before. This 1,000, this 800, this 400. Then your prime cost. Summation. This is 1,250, 1,000 naira, 580. Now, overhead cost using activity-based costing. This is where the two methods will differ. This is where the two methods differs. The first method, we only use labor to allocate the total overhead. Now, the second method, we are going to use the activities to allocate the overhead cost to the products. Let's go to this. Our first working, calculation of cost driver rates for each activity. Calculation of cost driver rates for each activity. Activity number one, look at the list. Look at activity number one. Please look at it. Look at it, please. Activity number one. Set up overhead cost. Amount is 1.4 million. The cost driver is production run. Can you see it? Let's go and deal with this. The cost driver is production run. Look at it. Now come here. Look at production run. For alpha, 5 production run. For beta, 10 production run. For gamma, 25 production run. Total is 40. If you sum up, 10 plus 5 plus 10, 15. 15 plus 25, 40. Please note, this production run is not tied to units. Examiner say 5 production run for alpha. So you cannot multiply it by number of units produced. The total production run is 40. So let's return back there. The first one, set up cost driver rates. Yes, Dean, your question, your comments?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Please quickly tell us what will happen if it's tied to units.
What do you say, sir?
Yeah, quickly, maybe you can quickly just tell us, suppose it is tied to units.
Okay.
So that we can use one stone to hit two birds.
First is, examiner will tell you those activities that are tied to units. For example, labor hour is tied to units. If you look at it, sir. $10 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours. Examiner say total is 32. Total is 320,000. Definitely, if you add 10 plus 8, 18. 18 plus 4, 22. This is not equal to 320,000. Obviously, this hour has been tied to something. Look at machine. 5 plus 6 plus 5. This is 16 hours. Examiner say 200,000 hours total. This machine hour has been tied to something. Let us try, because for this class I'm having, for you to be in skill level, you must have acquired some knowledge prior to this place. And then you are coming as a BSc graduate or HND graduate, or you have done ACS 1, 2, 3. Now look at production run. 5 for alpha, 10 for beta, 25 for gamma. If you sum up, examiner say 40. This is not tied to anything. If you look at component receipt, sum up. So please, we call it the unseen. Like this now. 10 plus 8 plus 4. It can be 320,000. There's an unseen that the examiner has added to it. I should be able to bring it out as a student of skill class. Examiner wants you to bring out the unseen, to see that thing that is hidden. Bring it out for us. For production run, no unseen. 5 plus 10, 15. 15 plus 25, 40. So I'll try to explain this. You cannot say which one will be tied to, because examiner can take the question anywhere he likes. So I cannot be saying that this particular one is tied to this. It is the question the examiner gives you, you are going to monitor. All right. So I want to believe that is clear. All right, sir, no problem. Let's continue. So you come to your setup. Setup cost driver rate is calculated as total setup overhead cost divided by total number of production run. Examiner says setup, the cost driver is production run. Total setup overhead cost divided by total number of production run. Now come here. Production run for alpha, 5 production run. For beta, 10 production run. For gamma, 25 production run. Totally 40. You can now calculate setup cost driver rate. The formula is total overhead of setup 1,400,000 divided by total number of production run 40. Please divide this. What do we have?
35,000. 35,000.
45. Oh, 45,000.
35.
Oh, 35. 35. 35,000. But you cannot stop here. 35,000 naira per production run. If you leave your answer as 35 naira only, examiner will ignore it. Because you have divided by what? Production run. You are going to say 35 naira per production run. That is setup cost driver rate. When you are done, you can now go and allocate. Look at the allocation. Look at allocation. I can put a mark like this. I can even remove it. Can do like this. Here I have 5 production run. And we said setup is allocated at 35 naira, 35,000 per production run. Here multiplied by 35,000. Here I have 10 production run. Multiplied by 35,000. Here I have 25 production run. Multiplied by 35,000. Please multiply. This will give you 175. Is that not, please? This will give you 350. Oh, no. $350,000. This will give you how much? Please multiply this.
875,000.
875. Oh, sorry. $875,000. If you sum up these three total, it must give you back 1,400,000. That is the total setup overhead. Please sum up. What do we have?
1.4.
1.4. If you sum up and you don't have the total overhead of setup, that means there's a problem. It must not be more than, it must not be less than, because you have said setup overhead. How much is it? $1.4 million. We have allocated it. We have allocated to product alpha, product beta, product gamma, using production run. Because setup overhead is as a result of production run. We have used the activity that give rise to setup overhead cost to allocate setup overhead cost. When you are done, you go to machine. Look at machine. Machine overhead is 9 million. Examiner says machine hour is the cost driver. This is activity 2. Let's go back to that. Activity 2, machine cost driver rate is calculated as total machine overhead cost divided by total number of machine hours. Let's go to this. Total machine hours. If you look at the question, If you look at the question, look at machine hour. To produce alpha, 5 machine hour. To produce beta, 6 machine hour. To produce gamma, 5 machine hour. Examiner says total is 200,000. We need now to now go and calculate. How does the examiner get 200,000? He has introduced unit to it. Look at it. To produce alpha, we require 5 hours of machine. And we are going to produce 20,000 units. If you multiply 5 hours multiplied by 20,000 units, that means we are going to require 100,000 hours here. For beta, 6 hours of machine to produce 1 unit of beta. 6 hours of machine. Then you are going to produce 12,500 units. If you multiply 6 multiplied by 12,500, you require 75 hours of machine. 75 hours of machine. Let me shift this more. I can make space. 75 hours. Let me shift this also. Because of space, I'm going to require this space later. This is 100,000 hours. I'll put the units here. This is machine hours total. Year 75. The last one. To produce 1 unit of gamma, you require 5 hours of machine. And you are going to produce 5,000 units. That means you are going to use 25,000 hours of machine. If you sum this up now, 100,000 plus 75,000 plus 25,000, 200,000 hours of machine. You can see that machine is tied to machine hour is tied to units. You can now return here. Machine cost driver rate is equal to total overhead of machine, 9 million naira, divided by total machine hour, 200,000. Please divide. What is the cost driver rate for machine?
45 naira per machine hour.
45,000 or 45 naira.
45 naira. 45 naira
Thank you. 45 naira
per machine hour.
per, thank you for that, per
Machine hour.
machine hour. That is the correct thing to do. Per machine hour is going to be 45 naira. Now you can now go to allocation. Total machine hour for Alpha 100,000. Per machine hour is 45 naira. Multiply by 45. Multiply by 45. Multiply by 45. Please hold on, Johnson. You can now get allocation. Yes, Johnson.
Oh, thank you, sir.
100,000 multiplied by 45. Yes, go ahead, Johnson.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So I realized that the 200,000, which is for machine hour and also applicable to the materials direct labor hour, that used to divide the, what's it called? The 9. Can you just scroll down a little bit?
I don't know what is the question you want to ask.
Yes, my question is, after the allocation that you did, the calculation of the 5 hour multiplied by for you to get the 200,000. What if we just pick the 200 and divide by the total, which is 9 million naira?
Okay. What if you don't do it yourself, Abi? You
Yes.
just
Yes.
hold on. Is that your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. If you pick 200,000, you still get 45.
Mhm.
But you are still going to come back here. I need to now allocate. Out of this 9 million, how much are you going to give Alpha? Out of this 9 million, how much are you going to allocate to Beta?
Okay.
Look at it now. 100,000 hours of machine is used for Alpha. Look at it, please. 100,000 hours of machine is used for Alpha. And we said 45 naira per machine hour. I'm going to allocate 4.5 million to Alpha. Look at this now. 75,000 hours of machine is used to produce Beta. And we said machine rate is 45 naira per machine hour. 75,000 multiplied by 45. How
3,375,000.
Thank you.
3 million. Yeah.
3,375,000. This
Yes,
amount
thousand.
is allocated to product Beta. So if you pick that figure directly, no problem. But you are still going to come back here and compute this. Because when you get to allocation, you must allocate it. All right, thank you. Look at this now. For Gamma, we have used 25,000 machine hours. And we said at the rate of 45 naira per machine hour. Multiply, what do you have here?
1,125,000.
1,125,000. If you now add up 4.5 million plus 3.375 plus 1,125, it must give
9
you
million.
back 9 million, which is the total machine overhead. This topic, if you know it, you can mark your tweet yourself. You will know that whether you are failing, whether you have gotten it right or not. This topic, once you understand it, you can tell yourself that this one, I'm so sure I've gotten it. We have resolved machine overhead allocation. We have allocated this on the basis of machine hours. That is activity 2. You move to activity 3. Activity 3. Look at it, please. Activity 3. Activity 3 is goods inward overhead. Total amount is 2.8 million. Examiner said the cost driver is component receipts. You now come here, look at the component receipts. 15 for alpha, 25 for beta, 120 for gamma. If you sum up 15 plus 25, 40. 40 plus 120, 160. That means nothing, component receipt is not tied to anything. I cannot come here. Look at it, please. Goods inward, cost driver rates, calculated as total goods inward overhead divided by total number of component receipts. And now come here, component receipts. I have 15 component receipts, 25 component receipts, 120 component receipts, totaling 160. I can now come here. Goods inward cost driver is total overhead of goods inward 2,800,000 divided by total component receipt 160. What is the cost driver rate here?
$17,500.
Per what?
Per component receipt.
Thank you. Per
Component
receipt. 17,500 naira per component receipt. You can now go to allocation. Here we have 15 component receipts multiplied by 17,500. Here we have 25 component receipts multiplied by 17,500. Here we have 120 component receipts multiplied by 17,500. Now allocated or allocation.
Okay. 262,500 for the first one.
The first one, 262,500.
Second one.
262,500, yes.
187,500.
187,500. If you check the last one, you are going to have 2.1 million. You can sum up. Total
Sorry,
will give.
beta is 437,500. 25 times 17,500.
Oh, thank you. That means there's an error. 25 times 437.
That's 437,500.
437,500.
Just make am 7.5.
If you sum up, you are going to have 2.8 million. You have allocated. Next.
Sorry, sir. It's 437,500, not 435.
Oh, 437.
500.
Okay, that's my error. 437,500. Thank you, sir. You can now go to number 4 activity. Activity 4. Packaging. Activity 4 is packaging. Total packaging overhead 2 million. The cost driver is production orders. Now check the table above.
The last one.
The last
Number
one.
of production.
Look at it. Number of production order 15 for alpha, 10 for beta, 25 for gamma. If you sum up, total is 50. That means production orders is not tied to anything. We can now return here. Packaging cost driver rates, total packaging overhead, 2 million naira, divided by total number of production order, 50. You can divide.
40,000.
Here, 15 order, 10 order, 25 order. Total is 50. Yes, what do you have?
40,000. Naira.
40
1,000 naira.
is not complete, so
Per production order.
per production order. You can now go to allocation. Here we have 15 production order. We are going to allocate at the rate of 40 naira, 40,000. Multiply by 40,000. Multiply by 40,000. Please get your allocation. This is 400,000. This is 600,000. And they will give me 1 million. Total is
2 million.
2 million. Then the last one is engineering overhead. Engineering overhead cost is 1.8. Examiner says cost driver is production orders. You can go and calculate. Engineering cost driver rates, total engineering overhead divided by total number of production order. Total engineering overhead is 1,800,000 divided by production order 50. Please, what's the rate here? 36,000 per
Production
order. Then go to allocation. You have 15 production order here, multiplied by 36,000. You have 10 order here, multiplied by 36,000. You have 25 order, multiplied by 36,000. Get your figure here. There is 360,000.
$540,000, number one. 540,000 for Alpha.
Thank you. This is 540. Last one.
900.
The last one.
900.
900,000. Total must give you 1,800,000. You have been able to allocate the overhead to each product. Next, let us now go and collect the allocation. Collation now. Look at it. Calculation of overhead rate per unit of each product. Calculation of overhead rate per unit of each product. And I pick this. For engineering, look at it, please. For engineering allocation, alpha we get 540. Beta we get 360. Gamma we get 900. Pick this. Engineering, alpha we get 540. Look at it. Beta we get 360. Gamma we get 900. You are just picking what you have allocated. We have picked this engineering. Next, for packaging, alpha 600, beta 400,
1,000.
gamma 1 million.
1 million.
600,000, 400,000, 1
million.
million. You are picking. Next, Go to goods inwards. Just follow it like that. Look at goods inwards. Yeah. Alpha 262,500. Beta 437,500. Gamma 2.1. Come here. 262,500. 437,500. 2,100,000. You have picked your allocation. Next. Machine. Look at machine. Alpha 4.5 million. Beta 3,375,000. Gamma 1,125,000. Pick this also.
1.5.
4,500,000. 3,375,000. 1,125,000.
9 million.
Then the last one.
Setup.
Setup 175, 350,
875.
875. $175,
350.
350, 875. You can now get total overhead per product. You can take, somebody can take the first one, somebody take the last one.
000 plus 4,500,000 plus 262,500 plus 6 plus 500. The first one is 5,537,500.
5,537,500.
That is for Alpha.
5,537,500. All right.
Gamma is 6 million.
Gamma is 6 million rand. All right. Beta. Yes, Angela.
4 million. Night. Okay.
4 million.
4,922,500.
4 million.
922,500.
Yes, Angela, are you done with your question, your comments? Any question?
The total for Alpha is 6,077,500.
The total is wrong.
Yes, sir.
How much is it, please?
6,077,500.
60775.
Yes, sir.
500. All right, we will have still noticed anyway. Now sum the three together. The three total 60775 plus 49225 plus 6 million. It must give you 17 million. If you don't have 17 million, that means there's a problem.
It's correct, 17 million.
That means even if you make mistake here, we are still going to notice later, because the total overhead is 17 million. Look at it here, please. Total overhead is 17 million. That means if I share to all the products, it must still give me 17 million total. On the basis of activity now, look at it. On the basis of activities, we have allocated overhead to the three products. We have allocated 6 million 077,500 to Alpha. Total overhead to Alpha. For Beta, we have allocated 4 million 922,500. For Gamma, we have allocated 6 million. This allocation is done using the activities. You have gotten total, but I need to calculate overhead rate per unit. I have gotten total overhead. You now go and bring volume of production. Here we are going to produce 20,000 units. Here 12,500 units. Here 5,000 units. These are units. Units. You can now get overhead rate per unit or overhead cost per unit. You are going to divide the total 6 million 077,500 divided by 20,000 units.
303 naira 88 kobo, approximately.
How much?
303 naira 88 kobo. 303.88.
Yeah, 303.875. This will give me 303.875. Next, this will give you 1,200.
393.8.
393.
Beta. 0.8.
0.8. This is 393.8. You have gotten the overhead rate per unit using activity-based cost. You can now return here. Here we have 303. Let me move it on from. 303.875, 393.8, 1,200. You can now get full cost per unit based on activity now. 1,393.8, 1,780. What do you have here, please?
1,553,875.
1,553.875. You have gotten cost per unit of each product using activity-based costing. You have gotten cost per unit of each product using activity-based cost. Please find a way around it to read it, to look at it much earlier. All right. Requirement B. Requirement B. Oh, I've gone too far. I've gone too far. Yeah, this is. Requirement B says, calculate the expected sales prices for the three products and the profit or loss that will arise from the implementation of ABC approach and the traditional costing method. Now let's go to calculation of selling prices. Look at it here, please. Examiner says, I've gone too far now. Look at that paragraph after your overhead cost. Also, the company is considering, look at it. Look at it here. Also, the company is considering the pricing of the three products because sales prices have remained uncertain as shown in the table below. Look at below. Alpha, possible prices and probability. For alpha, 2,000, probability of 0.6. For beta, sorry, then you have 2,200, 2,300 with probabilities given. There's a temporary network glitch, but we are back. Let's continue. possible prices for alpha. Probability here 0.1. Now to get expected selling price, price here multiplied by the corresponding probability. 2000 multiplied by 0.6. Please multiply.
One thousand two.
1,002.
This will give you 1,200 here. Next, 2,200 multiplied by 0.3.
660.
660. 2003 multiplied by 0.1.
230.
230. Now sum up. 1, 2 plus 660 plus 230.
2019 naira.
That is the expected selling price for alpha. Expected sales price for alpha. When you are done, you move to beta. What are the possible prices? Let's check. You have 2,000, probably 0.5, 2,200, probably 0.3, then 2,250, probably 0.2, 1,000, 2,250, 1,200. Come here. For beta, 2,000 naira, probability 0.5, 2,200, probably 0.3, 2,250, probably 0.2. Please multiply. This is 1,000 naira. This is 660. 0.2 multiplied by 2,250.
450.
450. Please sum up. 2,000.
2110.
2,110.
That is the expected selling price for beta. You can now go to the last product.
But let me call it for you.
Gamma, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800. Probability 0.7, 0.2, 0.1. Pick this figure. $1,006, 1,007, 1,008. Probability 0.7, 0.2, 0.1. Please multiply. So you give me 180.
1,120.
1,120.
340.
340.
340. 340. You can sum up.
1,640.
1,640. You see the expected sales price for gamma. You have calculated the expected selling prices. Now the profits. Calculation of profit per unit and total profit per product using prior product costing. That is the traditional approach. To get your profit, expected selling price minus full cost per unit. Your profit is selling price minus cost. Profit here, selling price here expected 2090 for beta, 2110 for gamma, 1,640. Now we are using prior product costing method. What is full cost per unit under prior product costing? Look at it. Please look at it clearly. That is your calculation in A1. Look at it. Cost per unit for each product using prior product costing. The cost per unit here, 1,781.25. Please note that for beta, 1,240. For gamma, 792.5. $1,781. Cost here is 1781.25. 1,425. 791 points. Point was
792.5.
792.5. Thank you. $792.5. You can get your profit. Profit per unit. Please compute selling price minus cost.
For beta, I have 685.
Yeah, the first one.
308.75. 308.75. 308.
Oh, 308.
0.75.
0.75. Second one.
For gamma.
Second one is 685.
This is 847.5. 6 was 6 was here. 6
85.
You have gotten profit per unit for the products. Then you can get total profit. Here, volume of sales here. Sales in units. 20,000 units.
12,500.
12,500 units. These are in Naira.
And 5,000.
And 5,000 units. If you want to
5,000.
get total profit, profit by multiplied by number of units sold. This will give you 4,237,500. Yes.
Beta is 8,562,500.
That's correct. The next one. Gamma.
Alpha.
Sorry, I said gamma.
Alpha is
Alpha, yeah.
6,175,000.
6,175,000. You have calculated profits based on the traditional approach. Next, calculation of profits based on the activity-based costing. Yes, Johnson.
Sorry, sir. How did we get the total profit per products?
Total profit.
Yes, sir.
Profit per unit multiplied by number of units sold. Look at it, Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Profit per unit, 308.75. Multiplied by number of units sold, 20,000 units. Please compute.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Oluwakemi, Oluwaseun.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm concerned about the selling price. As the question implies, maybe to my own understanding, we are not sure of the price at which each unit will be sold. So it is attached with a probability. I thought you are going to choose the one with the highest probability, or I don't really get it. Why are we adding it together? We also solved some, because I wasn't in the class last
Oluwakemi, let me save you the stress. Please, your thought is completely wrong. To calculate expected price, you are going to multiply the corresponding prices with their probability and sum up. To calculate expected value, but anything expected value. Expected value is calculated as possible value multiplied by the corresponding probability. Is that clear, man? Please don't pick the one with the highest probability. That is not expected value. Your expected value is the average. We call it the weighted average value. Is that clear, man?
Yes,
so you
sir,
are going to pick like this now. We are not sure of the price, it could be 2,000, probability of 0.5, or 2,200, probability of 0.3, or 2,250, probability of 0.2. Now, you multiply the possible price by the corresponding probability. You are going to do it. When you are done, you are going to sum up what you have. That is how to calculate expected value. Yes, Johnson.
Okay, sir, please, can you please scroll down? The first one, I guess, is a mistake there. There was a mistake there. Instead of
Okay, I'm coming. Then let's go and look at the cost for under activity base. I'm coming to that. Don't relax.
Okay, sir.
Coming to that. Under ABC method, the cost per unit. Look at under ABC, cost per unit. Please let me note it. For alpha, 1,553.875. For beta, 1,393.8, 1,780. Okay, where are we strolling to now?
Sir, are you talking to me, sir?
Yes.
Can you please, the last calculation that you did, sir, I guess you wanted to write 6.175 and you wrote 675.
Which one?
This particular one. It should be 161.
Okay. The one is here, Abi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, sir.
So if I come here, under activity-based costing, for alpha, the cost is 1,553. Point what?
85.
875.
875.
On your approximative.
875. Cost here is 1,780. Cost here is
1,393.8.
Thank you. You can now get your profit per unit or loss per. This is or loss. This one will give us loss. Yeah.
So the last one is 140.
So the first one is
minus 140.
Negative 140.
The first one is 536.125.
536.125.
716.2.
716.2. Thank you. You have gotten profit or loss per unit. Multiply by number of units sold. Total profit. 536.125 multiplied by 20,000 units. What do you have?
For beta, 8,952,500.
I'm coming. For beta?
For alpha.
For beta, 8,952. 8,952,500.
For alpha.
8,952,500.
500. This will give me negative 700. Yes, alpha.
For alpha, 10,722,500.
722.
Yes, sir. 500.
Naira amount. You have gotten total profit or loss. That means product gamma. Look at it. Product gamma is an issue. We are done with requirements. Requirements B. We are done with requirement B. The last requirement is reasons why activity-based costing may be preferred to the traditional costing approach in a modern manufacturing environment. Look at the reasons, please. Activity-based costing provide a realistic product cost, most especially in advanced manufacturing technology. Number two, it enhances the tracing of overhead costs to the products. Number three, it recognizes activities which cause cost, not products. It can lead to better decision making. It enables the company to determine appropriate selling price. It can lead to appropriate product costing. If you look at modern manufacturing environments, this environment is largely driven by technology, not labor hour, not labor force. Modern manufacturing environment is largely driven by technology, not labor force. Activity-based costing is more appropriate to account for overhead costs in modern manufacturing environment. All right. We are done with the question. And by extension, we are done with the topic. We are left with just 10 minutes. Obviously, we cannot start the new topic today. Any question, please? Or clarification? Yes, David.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Okay, please, I just want to repeat the question that Oluwakemi asked earlier. I noticed that all the probabilities equate to 1. is it that anytime we see something like this, we should just multiply everything together and add it? Or is there a better explanation to why we're adding everything and why is the probability equal to, why all the probability equate to 1? Like, I want to understand that part better, the part of the sales price.
Okay. First is, if you are dealing with probability in any question, it cannot be more than 1 or less than 1. If you are dealing with probability in any question, it must give you 1. The addition of all the probability must give you 1. If it is less than 1 or more than 1, that means there is error in the question. That is first. The second is that you don't have to divide anything. The issue of dividing does not arise at all. Give me expected value. Your expected value is the possible value multiplied by the corresponding probability. Like the first one we did. If you don't want to use table, you can do it straight. If you don't want to use table, for alpha, for example, alpha, it is not a must to use table. I only use table to enhance my computation. You can calculate it straight. Look at alpha, expected price. I'll just do like this. 2,000 multiplied by 0.6 plus, open a bracket again, 2,200 multiplied by 0.3 plus 2,300 multiplied by 0.1. Please add this, work this out. That will give you 2090. Please work it out. So the issue of dividing does not arise. You can use tabular approach, like what we did here. Or you can do it straight, no problem. Go to the second product. Beta, expected value of beta. So expected price, sales price of beta is equal to 2,000 multiplied by 0.5, close your bracket, plus 2,200 multiplied by 0.3 plus 2,250 multiplied by 0. If you work this out, you are still going to get 2110. That is how to calculate expected value. You can test for the third one. You don't need to start dividing anything. Is that clear, David?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May God give us a better understanding. Another thing that could happen is that your probability can be given to you in percentage. The examiner can do like this: 50%, 30%, 20%. 50% is still 0.5. 30% is 0.3. 20% is still 0.2. If you are given in percentage, convert it to ratio. 50% is 0.5. 30% is 0.3. 20% is 0.2. And the summation must give you 1. May God give us a better understanding.
Amen.
Any
Amen,
other
sir.
comments? Question?
Good night, sir.
Okay, oh,
We
that's
will
your
try
comment.
to.
Good night. So let's go and
Thank
sleep.
you. Thank you very much, sir. We will try to solve past question. If we have any issue, we'll
But there's
contact you.
question here.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for reminding me, sir. You can attempt this question.
Question 4.
Attempt the question and see how far you can treat ABC. All right, I will be checking out.
Sir,
Good
please
night.
do remember to
Good night, sir.
upload
Thank you,
the
sir.
working note for us, sir.
Working notes as a standard, you are going to get it immediately.
Okay, sir. Thank
Thank
you a
you so
million
much, sir.
times.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Hello,
you,
sir.
Yes,
Hello.
any question?
Yes, sir. So please, sir,
Yes.
I am just joining the class for today, and I don't know if we will get past videos so that I can brush up.
I couldn't get that too.
Okay, I said I am just joining the class for the day. This is my first time. So I'm like saying, is it possible I can get past videos so that I can brush up to date?
Why not? But you don't need to. In fact, are you on the group chat?
I'm on the group chat. I just joined today. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's fine. Just request for that video and other material you require. Somebody will respond to you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Good night.